Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of A Let's Find Out. I'm your host Arnold, back in the building. Can't stop, won't stop. Bad boy, baby, not for life because the the originator of that saying he's going through some shit right now, some things right now. Excuse my French. He's going through some things right now. So we're gonna get into a little bit of that. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna answer y'all questions that y'all sent me. Thank y'all for continuously sending them questions. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all your major platforms, all the streaming platforms that you use, whatever you use to watch podcasts. Make sure you follow me on there. Hit that subscribe button. And if you know somebody that you want me to reach out to that got a business or that's doing anything positive or anything productive, I don't care if it's sports, rapping, or something else, business, whatever they doing, you make sure you hit me up or hit me tell them to hit me up in my email or social media or whatever, but hit that like and subscribe button so that I can get back to you. So in today's episode, what I'm gonna talk about is basically what everybody talking about, so to speak. And but I got a different view on what everybody talking about. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna talk about all of the different aspects of how it is. But my boy Diddy, who this is? I'm sorry. Uh, Somebody hit me up on the watch. I don't know who that could be. It ain't registered. But I'm gonna talk about everything about Diddy, how I feel necessarily about him. I don't know. I've been having mixed thoughts. Let's say that at the least. You know what I mean? I don't want people to feel like, oh, if there is people that have been victimized by Diddy or Sean Combs, so to speak, it goes out. My heart goes out to you, man. I feel bad if it's true. Like I'm not going to defend the person like if them things are true, but we didn't threw him under the bus as if like it came out and it was true. I know you had the police and all that raiding his crib and all that, but these are accusations. None of it has been proven in the court of law. But if we throwing the gauntlet at somebody like this, if we like off with his head, you know what I mean? Like he out of here. You know, we cutting him off or we gonna continue this train of pointing the finger at him and saying you wrong. Why do we only do that to people that look like us? Like we just had a whole Hulu documentary of kids, people that were children at the time on Dan Schneider, right? But we don't get a bunch of memes. I'm not trying to say like the memes on Diddy has been hilarious. I ain't trying to say they haven't. Like they have been hilarious, and I've been one of the people laughing at them. I have no problem with y'all making fun of him, like hi, but we only making fun of him. It seemed like because he looked like us. You know, like you got Dan Schneider out there doing God knows what to them kids. He had a whole documentary of people saying like, "Yo, he did this, he did that, and the third. I'm gonna talk about all the things that they said up that he did, but you got Diddy having his issue. This is what I don't like. This is how I'm gonna get into it. This is what I don't like. So with Diddy, right? All these people now coming forward. I'm not talking about his alleged victims in this. I'm talking about people that's looking for the clout chasing people that's like, okay, for example, what's his name from Stump the Yard? Columbus Short, right? Bro, you a grown ass man. Let's keep it a buck. Bro, you a grown man. He come online talking about some, I was one of the people that Diddy tried to holler at. Okay, like ain't not if Diddy gay, there's nothing wrong with him being gay. Like he gay. Like why are you trying to point, bro? Like I look at that like, bro, you clout chasing, you a grown ass man. You jump online talking about something. Yeah, Diddy hit me up. I can't. I'm not. I can't remember verbatim what he said, but I'm gonna try to paraphrase it. So he in his online or go live, he talking about some Diddy and my hit me up one night talking about some I want to see you or some shit like that, and he like I felt the type of way like bro, why you didn't you a grown man? Why you jumping online telling us with another man that you had a problem saying something you did or said to you, you know, instead of addressing him? This should be private. Like if anything, we should have heard a story about like you felt disrespected and you check Diddy, like the same way that we hear stories about Diddy putting his hands on people or people getting in the fights all the time, we should have seen uh, a headline or something saying like Columbus Short, the actor from Stump the Yard, stumping out Diddy. Ain't no stumping in my yard like that, and then boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? But you sitting here telling us like it matters. Like you a grown man. Like what? All you guys jumping on these platforms, like, yeah, I remember a time when Diddy. If it does come out, look, this is my thought. The same thing I felt about with R. Kelly, right? I feel like if it does come out that Diddy did anything, and y'all talking about, oh, he was inappropriate. I was there when he did such and such with such, and you should be an accomplice because how you coming out now? Why are you saying it now? Like look at how that sound, bro. Like you waited to somebody else. You a bunch of y'all. I'm not even talking about the women. I'm talking about the men. A bunch of y'all waited until Diddy got in trouble in order to say something. Like, as a man, I don't give a damn what you got or how you got it or who you know, what you doing in such and such time. Bro, if you do something that I don't like, I'm going to address you about it. And I'm going to tell people like, bro, a pervert. I don't rock with him. I don't like such and such because they like I don't even have friends around me. You can ask anybody that know me, bro. Ask anybody that know me. I don't even hang around people that do things that I don't like or I'm not accustomed to doing. Like, ain't enough money you can offer me for my dignity and my to look in the mirror, bro. I gotta look at me in the mirror every day. Like, I don't care what you do in your pastime. If you invite me to if you invite me to kick it with you, or I'm around you and you do something that we consider some F boy stuff, right? I'm gonna check you. Like, bro, don't do that around me. And I'm probably gonna leave right after that. You know, like I don't do that. And I'm gonna tell people. Like if it's to that extent, like, man, bro be touching girl. Like, bro be touching kids. Like, I'll probably beat you. Like, bro, I put my hands on you about some kids. It ain't even gotta be my kids. Kids in general is some crazy shit. You know, like anybody that does that, you could be put under the jail. That's worse than murder to me. Like, that's a kid. But somebody like Columbus Short, you a grown man. I think that's his name. I'm not sure if I'm saying this. Columbus Short, the dude that played in Stump the Yard. What other movie did Columbus Short play? I'm not sure. He played in like This Christmas or something like that. Was it This Christmas? He played in a few movies. But for you to come out now after the fact, like, and say like, oh yeah, he tried to holler at me. The only person I respect that's that's trolling Diddy is 50. Because 50 been trolling Diddy since before top. Like 50 been on that boy top. Like I respect it because he been saying like, boy, that boy Diddy a freaky ass boy. Like, I ain't trying to hang with him. You know, he the only one I respect out of all of y'all. Y'all coming out either now, oh, you was scared. Ain't no way you a grown man and you scared. And this dude got a history to your knowledge of being inappropriate. Like, I don't care about size. None of that. Like, if you doing something inappropriate, bro, it ends with me. It ends with me. Like, you're not finna get past me, and I'm not finna watch you do it to somebody that can't get away or can't protect themselves. That's just crazy within itself. You know what I mean? Like, and then you got it's like we only pick on people, and I know I got a lot of different people that watch me, but this is my point with this. It's like, so remember Dwight Howard? We found out Dwight Howard was gay, or allegedly Dwight Howard liked men. I have no issue with that. That's his preference, bro. I'm not, like he said, I'm not concerned with what Dwight Howard does in his bedroom. And besides all that, I've been seeing the videos and all of the different memes and stuff of Dwight Howard being touchy feely on the sideline. Don't nobody smile that much if they not a little bit different. Like, it ain't even him smiling. Like, nobody that damn happy. Like, bro, you a center in the NBA. We seen you grab nuts, try to grab somebody nuts before. Ain't nothing playing like that. Ain't no man playing like that. You ain't no way, right? But remember the Dwight Howard thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, Dwight Howard did," and it was a whole uh uh kill Dwight Howard campaign going on, smear Dwight Howard campaign going on, right? And at the same time as that, we had somebody, Josh Giddey, that plays for OKC, having a case about him with inappropriate with a minor, or doing whatever he was doing with a minor. Now, at the same, I would say it was an accusation. Nobody knew if it was true. But the same thing was with Dwight Howard. It was an accusation. Nobody knew if it was true. But everybody jumped out the window on Dwight Howard, and Josh Giddey was left to his vices. Like, nobody said nothing about Josh Giddey. Where are the memes on him? Get what I mean? Like, there is tons and tons of things that they stating about Dwight Howard. Oh, he a freaky ass little boy. All this, not all the memes. I can't remember the memes per se, like at this moment. But I know there was a lot. But with Josh Giddey, I don't remember there even being one meme. Maybe just, is it because he don't look like us? Like, now, to piggyback to where I was, like, the same way I was with Dwight Howard, like, I was with Diddy. Like, y'all didn't know, like, Diddy already put you in a position to think, like, bro might be a little weird. Like, ever since I was a kid, since I was a shorty, listening to Diddy, I've always thought bro was a little bit different. Like, listen, okay, ad lib wise, like, right? Let's go. Let's just throw a few ad libs out there. Let's say Rick Ross. You know how he be like, huh? What you get from Rick Ross is like a force coming. You know what I'm saying? Tight boss type shit. Like, I'm heavy out here in the streets. All right, cool. Let's talk about the Migos. Like, I can't really. They be whoo, yeah, all that. Like, turn up, all that. Like, if you don't know them, you would think like, okay, the Migos like that to have a good time, right? With let me think of somebody else's ad lib. Well, somebody else got a famous ad lib, like 2 Chainz. True, but his was more so related to True Religion and the clothing, or I don't know if he ever got a partnership with them, but whatever. But Diddy, can't stop, won't stop, bad boy, baby. Take that. Now, where? I think about that for a second, bro. Who come up with that? Like, take that. Like, that sound like some freaky shit. Like, think about it. Like, no. Like, and I'm for real, bro. Since I was a kid, I've always thought Diddy was a little bit different. Like, take that. Who the fuck? Like, where you come up with that at? Like, think about it for a second. Like, when you making an ad lib, it almost fits your personality. You get what I'm saying? Like, with Diddy, is take that. What's the one song? I Need a Girl. We was more than me. We was more than my friend. We was like brothers. All night we would play fight undercovers. What? Bro, I got a brother and ain't no damn way, bro. We ain't playing under no motherfucking covers. Don't touch me. I'm not playing like that. Like, what are we talking about here? We been on Diddy was a freaky ass boy. Now, if it comes to being inappropriately freaky, then yes, prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. But if he's doing everything with somebody that's basically consensual with whatever he decides to do the other thing with, then we can't judge him on that, because we don't judge other people on that. I thought we was in here saying equality for everybody. Now, if Diddy is a freak, let Diddy be a freak by himself. But you can't be mad at him because he a freak now. Now I'm starting to understand, though. Back in the day, I don't know if they do it so much now, but back when I was a teenager and a kid, it was the biggest diss always used to be your favorite rappers like that. Swing on both sides of the fence. And rappers used to say that all the time. And I didn't know who they was talking about, right? Because at the time, everybody's favorite rapper was Hov. But everybody's favorite rapper was Hov, but he was the biggest in the game. Everybody used to equate him to it. That's allegedly. But now I'm starting to see that's who they was talking about. So now that's not a diss now. You don't really see rappers saying that now. You mostly see rappers saying like I'm your favorite rapper's favorite rapper type shit. But you don't really see people saying your favorite rapper on both sides of the fence. Because back when I was growing up, that in the black community, that is sort of a how do you say that was sort of a diss. That was a kick while you down or whatever. But nowadays, people is they more coming out, so to speak. Like more people in the entertainment business is coming out and representing the other side. Like I have no issue with people being on that side of the fence. That's your prerogative. I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I know I got a few family members that are gay, but I don't do it. But I don't really give a damn if you doing it or not. I'm not in a position to sit here and tell somebody, oh, because you do this, you not this. Like, nah, man, I'm black. I already know what it's like to be discriminated against because you uh do a certain thing. I don't equate the two to be equal, but discrimination is discrimination, if you were to ask me. Now, with all of that being said, with Diddy, right? Here's my play on why I think it's almost like a smear campaign, right? So I want to say last year, so it's 2024. Last year, 2023, Diddy wanted to part ways with Ciroc, right? He filed a lawsuit against Ciroc for discrimination. And I think it was just discrimination, right? Or racial practices or some shit like that. Then he filed a lawsuit against them last year. I want to say it maybe in January of 2023, right? Or March or something like that, right? So cases the case was going on and on and on. Mind you, Ciroc is a huge company. They got billions of dollars. Like Diddy, I don't even know if Diddy has touched a B yet. Diddy still, I believe he might still be trying to get to a B. So he ends up suing them for discrimination or filing a lawsuit against them for discrimination. Next thing you know, last year it was like May or no, I think he filed a lawsuit in May, and then last year November or October or November last year is when the Cassie allegations come out, right? So you like, damn, that shit. Nobody thought about it at the time. I was thinking about it, but nobody was really saying nothing. Like, so Cassie files a lawsuit against him last year. He ended up paying out or something like that. You know what I'm saying? This year, as of January, you know, Diddy drops the lawsuit and end up separating from the company. So there's no more promotion from Diddy, and I no longer have no ties to y'all. So January, he dropped the lawsuit, but separates himself from the company of Ciroc, right? And then February come rolling around. Next thing you know, Diddy got a lawsuit coming out, and then just recently, people going to his crib, they raid his house and they drag all the boys out. Now, I'm big on conspiracies. Like, it might not be true, but it's fishy. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was doing it, y'all was protecting him while he was doing it, knowing he was doing it. And then all of a sudden, he separates himself from one of the biggest alcohol distributors in the U.S., like all over. Is Ciroc is Ciroc is the alcohol, and I think Diageo is the company in itself. Diageo. However you say it, they the company. So now you got Diddy being prosecuted, and I just seen he didn't even get arrested. But you know what I'm saying? The court of public opinion is worse than going to jail. You ask me, like, because people gonna stop. Well, people never gonna stop listening to music, but companies gonna sever their ties from you. You know what I'm saying? No company is gonna want to be tied to you. Like there's gonna be hard for you to make more money in the future. You know, like now you got a reputation about you. You know, when you tying into sex trafficking and stuff like that in regards to women, like you got a lot of you're gonna get a lot of backlash. Like I'm somebody that's in major support of women that have been treated like that, man. Make sure y'all check out my book next when I drop. But I got a story in there about such things. I'm not involved. It's a fictional story. It's a fictional book, but I think y'all will like it. Back to what I'm talking about, right? But you tie yourself into sex trafficking and all that, and you won't be getting these deals that got you up what 800 million, almost a bill. What he had? I think Diddy about 800-900 mil. That's a lot of damn money, you know. So you ain't no way you're gonna make no more money, and then they bring you to court for all these things. You gotta understand, like these things tie within each other. Like these people that run these corporations are tied in to a lot of government agencies. They got friends in high places. They come get you. What they say? What George Bush said? We gonna get you. Like them people that run them businesses, bro. Like they tied in to people in high government places. Excuse me if my eye twitching, bro. Like my eye has been like for like a month. Like I'm trying to keep that shit open, but my eye been twitching like this for a long time. Like I mean, my girl say she like it's stress, and I be looking at her like, oh really? That's what you think? She ain't done nothing to make it better. Where do you think the stress come from? She said that it's tied to stress. Where the hell you think I'm most stressed at? But we ain't gonna get into that. She gonna hear that. She gonna cuss me out if she see me. No, but back to Diddy, right? So we been he been tied into them things, and he can't separate himself from it. And if he does, it's gonna take a long time. He gonna lose a lot of money in regards to it, and he gonna be put he gonna get knocked off his a little bit because of it, regardless whether he did it or not. You know, and then you got somebody like what's his name, Dan Schneider, who just had a Hulu documentary placed on him about the things that he's done. Like, and I'm not. This ain't just like well, it's accusations, but you got actual victims coming out saying like, "Nah, this happened to me on his set, on his time, on his watch, and he responsible." Basically, in all in all, right? Diddy is just an accusation with it. We don't even know who the people is, but Diddy got his house being raided. They didn't want to try to get him. Everybody think he's running on the run. Dan Schneider been accused of racism, inappropriate behavior. You got old stars and stuff on there saying that they've been touched, they've been abused. You got parents from old stars going on there saying like, man, I always knew it was something fucked up with Buddy. And I haven't seen nothing on Dan Schneider. And to be honest, like if you was to Google Dan Schneider, I'm gonna tell y'all right now what comes up, right? If you was to Google what's going on with Dan Schneider right now, this is what pops up, right? Nothing in relations to the accusations that's been placed on him, right? It reads, and I quote, after being let go from Nickelodeon, Dan Schneider went on a hiatus, with him not being seen or heard from in the public eye for several years. However, Schneider announced in 2021 that he was working on some new projects, with him returning to the world of TV. That's what's happening. He got a documentary that came out a couple weeks ago about him and his inappropriate behavior with kids, their parents, and racism, all of that. And when you Google him, that's what pops up when you hit on what's going on with Dan Schneider. Now, you click on what's going on with Diddy. We can, I haven't, but let's Google what's going on. What's going on with P. Diddy, right? What has happened to P. Diddy? Right. I gotta find it. Some shit. Look. All right, I'm gonna click on this right now. The first thing when you pop up, look up Diddy, right? Several months after Sean Diddy Combs was sued for alleged sex trafficking and abuse, federal agents raided his home in LA and Miami. The music mogul has said he'll fight to clear his name. Ain't that some shit? Like you see what I'm talking about with these? Like, that's crazy. That is nuts to think about. Like that, when you looking at Diddy, that's what pops up. I'm not making this up, bro. You can look this up yourself. That's what pops up. I didn't make that up. That's on Google. I Google what's going on with Dan Schneider, what's going on with Diddy, and the two. You not see the difference in the two? You know, like you understanding what I'm saying? And y'all, like, we so quick to throw our own people under the bus and make all the memes. I'm not saying the memes weren't funny. I'm not saying that it's not, but we have to keep an eye open for things that either look distracting or whatever. Because remember when, what was his name? When Harvey Weinstein was in trouble, very low media coverage was on him. Why? Because boom, Bill Cosby was drugging people. Like you see but Bill Cosby was the face of date rape, basically. But you had this guy who literally was way worse. You know what I'm saying? Like when you had was it Jeffrey Epstein? This man had an island that they said allegedly found bones of children on. They said that they were sex trafficking kids, and the kids that you find missing here and in other countries were on this island, and they were doing some weird, freaky ass shit with the kids. Remember that? Like, and it's still people that's allegedly that was attached to this that are in high government official positions right now today. I ain't finna say no names because the motherfuckers ain't finna try to come and get me. But you can Google and look it up yourself wherever you may do all your research at, and you'll see I'm not making that shit up. But while he was going through that, and we talking about him and the kids and the island and the government officials and people missing and all that, who was the topic of discussion for real? R. Kelly. Now, what R. Kelly did was some crazy stuff. I'm not excluding him from the crazy things that he was convicted of. But where I'm from, I know a lot of girls that was in high school that was talking to older dudes where it was basically consensual, and we prosecuted him for that. But we got a man over here with an island, bro. He got an island with kids on it. He got an island with people flying to this motherfucker doing God knows what to the kids. And ain't nobody said nothing about none of that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, you gotta pay attention sometimes, man. Like, it's always a scapegoat that look like us, or somebody that's not as high up as them to try to dumb that, to try to null it down for a little bit, just so y'all could get off the trail of was the bigger fish. They give you a small fish so that you can get off the trail of the big fish. And while you off the trail of the so-called big fish, they dumbing down the charges of the big fish, and you thinking that this small fish means something. Why in reality, this guy on this other end been doing some real crazy things to people, and they don't get away fully, but it does the story down so other people don't get tied into it. Get what I'm saying? So we gotta pay attention, because as soon as Diddy hit the Ciroc company, Diageo, whatever the fuck they call it, the Ciroc company, the people that make Ciroc, as soon as he hit them with that lawsuit, everything, the whole thing went down here. I ain't trying to be the conspiracy theorist of the year. I'm just saying shit ain't adding up. And we continuously doing this to people that look like us, make all these damn memes, and they just sweep all other shit from the big people under the rug. Like, we ain't gonna. Soon as Dan Schneider come out with a Hulu documentary of some crazy things that involve him, boom, Diddy, they raiding his crib. And then On top of them raiding his career, let me get into another thing so I can flip script on something. You had one of Diddy's baby's mamas going on talking about, yeah, we gonna sue because the way that they handle, because okay, apparently, let me get y'all the whole story before I get into it. So apparently they raided one of Diddy's cribs, and while they were raiding one of Diddy's cribs, one of his kids was in there, his sons was two of his sons was in there. They end up putting the two in handcuffs, right? And while they put them in handcuffs, the mom of one of the boys was like, "Oh, that's I don't know if she rather said it was discrimination or they too much." They basically she's saying we gonna sue them because they did too much. Girl, if you don't sit your goofy ass down, like they raid people crib, and most times they raid people crib, somebody gets shot. They just put your boy in handcuffs. So this is the thing that I be seeing when these celebrities be coming out in the middle of the Black Lives Matter marches and all that and all the stuff when we need looking for support. They become they don't even know what they don't even be really knowing what be going on. They just try to latch on to something so they can get some likes and some follows. You know what I mean? They just put your boy in handcuffs. They might have put him in I don't even know if they put him in a police car. But girl, they ain't beat him up. They ain't drag his ass out by his ankles. They put him in handcuffs. Now, that usually happens in a raid. If you in a place that's getting raided, 9 times out of 10, they ain't even finna just put you in handcuffs and just carefully bring you outside. They finna whip your ass when they catch you in there. As somebody that's jumped through windows before from being in the room, they coming and I'm in the wrong place, I'm out of here. Because we all know what could happen. Girl, shut your goofy ass up. This is what I mean with people that they don't really understand what be going on in the real world. They just be pretending like they down for the cause, bro. You gotta see it for yourself, you know? So like when we talking about all of these accusations and stuff like that, my whole point is, man, just be careful. Like it's cool to look at Diddy and go, boy, your ass weird. You a freaky ass little boy. Like I said, you can't really be surprised because the things that he's said in the things he comes up with in his music. You should have known that from the jump. Buddy, little freak. He like that. He might be a top and a bottom. You never know with today's society. But we can't judge him on that and then just leave other folks scot free when what they doing is 10 times worse. If we wanted to come to it, I mean, if Diddy is convicted of what he's accused of, yeah, throw his ass under the jail. But let's stop giving them a pass. You know what I mean? Let's stop giving him a pass because we so focused on trying to convict one of our own or one of our own getting us the more likes, the more memes. You know what I mean? Let's keep it balanced. Like if we coming at the pedophiles or we coming at the sex trafficking, we coming after all these people that's doing things that we don't agree with. Let's attack all of them. I want to see memes. I want to see some damn memes on Josh Schneider fat ass eating. Never mind. We ain't gonna say all that. We gonna. I want to see some memes. I want to see some his memes too, as well as I see the Diddy memes. I want to see his the same. I don't want to just see Diddy and making him the butt of all the jokes when there's other people out there doing crazy things too that we should address as a whole. You know, but like I said, we're gonna get into our next topic. We're gonna close this thing out and do the new segment is which when I answer, y'all ask questions and I answer the questions. And my thought, I still really haven't come up with a good phrase for this. So if anybody, like I said, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit me up in the DMs. Hit me up on our email. We always tag the email at the bottom of all our content. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Email us if you got anybody that's doing business, anybody that's support doing their thing, and you want me to either talk to them or you want me to even if you want me to give them a shout out. Make sure you hit us up in the comments, but like and subscribe, and we're gonna get to that. But we're gonna get to our next topic when I answer y'all questions. I got a few questions that I picked randomly. I don't want people to be like, oh, he keeps skipping me. Why he ain't putting me out? Answering the questions that I got. And also let me know if y'all want me to tag y'all names to the comments. You know, I try to refrain from putting y'all names on them because some of the questions be a little bit funny. Like to me, it'd be funny if you know me well enough. You know, like I'ma laugh at it, but I know sometimes people don't want to be tied to said comment or question. So if y'all prefer, like, yeah, say the name. Like I want my little bit of fame from you. Like I'll give you your clout from it. I ain't got no problem with that. But if you don't, then no, I ain't gonna say shit about it. So we gonna get into our questions. I'm thinking I'm gonna call this segment, "Hey, let's find out what Arnold thinks," or let's just call it "What Arnold Thinks." Something like that. We gonna figure it out. We can figure it out. We gonna brainwork. We gonna what they call that, brainstorm that shit together as a collective. Y'all hit me up what y'all think is gonna be the person that whoever sends me the best name for what we gonna call this segment. I'm gonna shout you out, bro. I might even have you on here and we can kick it and you can hit me with some questions and I'll answer them. I'll put you face to face on here and we can do it just like that. But the first question that I got is, what do you think? Oh wait, yeah, I ain't got no sign. What do you think about the Balenciaga, but the Balenciaga tape bracelet? It's stupid. I seen it. It looks like it just looked like tape. It looks like a roll of tape. And I think the price on that shit was like 1,500 or some crazy shit like that for some tape. Man, look, if you looking for something like a bracelet or some, if you gonna pay 1,500 for that, come to me, man. I'll make your bracelet for you, man. I ain't gonna charge. I ain't gonna charge you that. Mama charge your ass, but I ain't gonna charge you 1,500. I hit you over the head with like 500, 600. I'll make you some shit that's gonna be even better than that. You know, but this is one of the things I always said. Like these people that they consider these famous, these people that people be following, they ain't got no sense of style, bro. They be getting their style from us. Like the things that we wear, the things that like that shit is gone. Like anybody that's gonna wear a bracelet that look like a roll of tape got to be the dumbest. You got to be a fool. You wearing a roll of tape and you gonna pay 15. If that's the case, just go buy a roll of tape. Keep a distance. Like put that shit on your wrist. Put the roll of tape on your wrist. You know what I'm saying? And then hide it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, remember how Shaqs used to look? I ain't never worn no Shaqs and we were poor, but people used to try to hide the fact that they had on Shaqs and make it look like black forces because we used to have to wear uniform. A lot of people that didn't have money used to have to wear Shaqs, but see, I was smart enough to know, like school year coming up, I'm gonna have to go out here and get some money. So we in as soon as the school year end, I'm gonna get on the grind until about August around my birthday. Then I can add it up with my birthday money and I can get me some black forces. Or by the time I was on, we used to wear the felines or the K Swiss. You know what I'm saying? I could hit Foot Locker with this little $8,500. The 85 to $100, you know what I'm saying? Give me some black forces. So when the school year come around, I ain't got to be in no damn shacks. So that's how I used to get it done. But people used to hide the fact that they used to wear shacks. And shacks used to literally almost kind of look just like forces. But after a while, the bottom of that bitch used to be thick as hell. Like, and you could tell, like, boy, them ain't no forces. Your ass got on some shacks. Your ass out here doing it too damn big. Your ass out here extra looking real stupid, goofy, crazy. But that's what I think about the Balenciaga bracelet. That shit's stupid. If you wearing a Balenciaga bracelet that look like a roll of tape for $1,500, you can get your stupid ass up out my face. Cause these people, they ain't got no sense of style. They get their style from us. So they just coming up with any damn thing because they not creative enough to be cool. Who the hell finna wear a tape bracelet? Get y'all ass up out of here, stupid ass. That's how I feel about that. Not the person that wrote me the question. I'm talking about the people that made the damn bracelet. Question number 2. Why don't chargers come with the plugs for outlet? Why don't chargers? Why don't chargers come with the plugs for Oh, you talking about the phone charges? Okay, okay. Because they want some money. That's why. That shit's stupid as hell to me too. Like, why would you sell me a phone with a cord to plug into the wall, but not the thing that plugs the cord into the wall? How the hell I supposed to charge this new phone or new device that I just bought from you for all these hundreds or thousands of dollars, but ain't no way for me to use it? Now I got to go buy the plug into the wall? Like, imagine buying a car. Hear me out, people. Hear me out real quick, right? Imagine going to buy a car. Beautiful car. You've been working hard for this motherfucking car. And then they say, it got everything that you need except for a gas tank. Huh? Yeah, you gotta go get the gas tank from somewhere else. Like, so it's gas in it that'll run, but then after the gas run out, you got to go get an additional tank that's gonna actually get it's gas in the engine. Let's put it like that. It's gas in the engine. But then after that run out, ain't no gas, ain't no tank to carry no more gas. So you got to go get some. You got to go get some a gas tank and then put gas in the tank in order to drive it. So basically, with the gas that's in the tank, you drive. What we want you to do is drive to go get a tank to put some gas in it so you can drive it enough, or you could continue to drive it. Now, stupid that shit sound, and people really be letting people do that. Like, whose idea was it? Don't put no, hey, don't put the outlet charge in there. Hey, just put the cord in there. Lead the outlet plug out. They gonna have to buy that shit separate. We gonna hit their ass over the head twice. You talking about some drug dealing going on? Them some true drug dealers, like for real. Like they really like that. Like, is you crazy? All right. Question number what we on? Question 3. This question number 3. Did we land on the moon? Ah, shit, that's a good one. I like this one. This one gonna take us. Hold on, what we at? We got a little bit of time. I'm trying to keep it under an hour so we can, you know what I'm saying? But did we land on the moon? I could go on and on about this question. To truth be told, I don't think we did. I don't. I really do not believe we landed on the moon. I don't think we've ever left what we consider the atmosphere of Earth. I don't think we've ever passed where satellites go. My theory on why I don't believe that is because, okay, everybody that's consideredly traveled to the moon has been white. At least I think. Like Russia, that the whole moon thing was us against Russia, who can get to the moon first, right? And I believe everybody that they said traveled to the moon was white. Now I'm not saying white people can't go to the moon, not Sparta, no crazy shit like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But our atmosphere on the earth, right, keeps certain rays from the sun from getting to our skin. Like, now that shit will burn up the normal, your black, your darkest African. That shit gonna burn you up. Like, after a while, that shit gonna get through our melanin, right? White people here, if you work in the sun for too long, right here on the earth with our atmosphere, you gonna have cancer. You gonna get, what's that shit called? Melatonin? What? I don't know what it's called. Melanin or some shit like that. It's a cancer, skin cancer. Like, white people can't be in the sun too long because they don't have enough melanin to protect themselves. Now you telling me y'all flew y'all ass out there to the moon where ain't no atmosphere to protect you from the sun, and you walked in a goddamn aluminum costume. Get your stupid ass up out of here. Y'all ain't flew to no moon. I don't believe it. I'm not a flat earther or no crazy shit like that. But I don't believe y'all flew y'all asses to the moon. That's crazy for me to even believe that, and y'all haven't. Y'all been walking on other planets. Y'all can't even walk on the bottom of the ocean. What they say, only 5% of the Earth's ocean or some shit has been explored. Y'all can't explore the depths of the planet you live on, but you gonna fly your silly ass out there to the moon. Think about that for a second. That's like saying, I've never been in my basement. but I'm gonna buy another house. What? All right, let's go ahead. No. So to answer your question, did we land on the moon? I don't believe so. Not a human being. Maybe um a craft of some sort, like a robotically controlled, you know, type of android shit, something like that probably did, but not a human being. I don't think a person has actually walked on the surface of the moon, but maybe like some kind of robot, some shit has, you know. Okay. Last question of the day before I get on up out of here, man. Um, let's read this last one. How do you feel? How do you feel about women limiting where you could take them on dates? How do you feel about women limiting where you can take them on dates? Um, Man, that's a tough one. I might actually have to do an entire episode on this, but I would have probably have my sister on here with me because me and her we had good conversations about shit like this all the time. So the fact of women limiting where you could take them on dates. So basically, I know they got the whole list of where they not gonna go on the first date. For me personally, if I was single, right, and I was talking to a woman like, "Oh, I ain't finna eat that." Well, bitch, you ain't finna eat. Excuse my French. Well, you ain't finna eat. I know somebody that will want to eat here, or some. If I'm paying for the date, right, and we just doing it, we just going to eat to spend time together. It's either, is you that damn hungry where you can't go out and sit down and have a good time with me and eat anywhere? I'm in a relationship. I'm married now. Me and my girl date. Our first date, I took her to McDonald's. I swear to God, she'll tell you. I wasn't finna. You think I'm finna break my bank to take somebody on a date that I don't know if it's gonna last? You crazy. I ain't going to no cheesecake factory. Do I look like, man? The only person that's gonna say that is somebody that ain't got no money. Because if it's really like that, we can go to the crib and eat. I'll cook you something. You don't, because most times when you go to fancy restaurants, the food be nasty anyway. People don't even really know that. Like anybody that got some money, I promise you, anybody that got some money or that's been to fancy establishments, know that food be nasty as hell at them fancy places. Like this, the food, the place is fancy, the food is nasty. Anybody that know that. So any woman that's telling you she ain't finna eat somewhere, man, find some woman that's liking you for you. Because if she going to a place because she want to eat where it's fancy at, she ain't there for you. She there for appearances. This she finna be out there with her phone taking pictures and stuff all of the food and the door. Like, can you? She a social media hoe. Excuse my French, but that's basically what it is. All she doing is for the appearance. Oh, I'm on a date. Look where he took me. Like she ain't really there for you, my boy. Like any woman that you take out ain't gonna be concerned with where you go. You know, she really wants the conversation. She wants time. She wants you to like put in the effort to just be with her, to sit down and have a good time with you. Any woman that's sitting there talking about some, oh, I ain't finna eat that. Well, bitch, you finna be hungry. That's why I tell you, you finna be hungry. I tell you that right now. Cause if you think I'm finna take you somewhere just because you look good, or I'm finna spend some money on you because you cute, man, is you crazy? You know how many women out here in these streets, bro? Coochie only $40. Well, the surplus right now it may be 50. If I'm searching for that, I could just go buy some of that and just leave you be. I don't got to. I ain't got to spend no time with you. That's like some. That's me being honest. That's me being single too. Like, I ain't got to exert myself to impress you. Cause most times any woman that's saying that goofy shit broke. Stop. That's another thing, man. We're gonna get into that on another day. But let me add that in. Most women that's out here complaining about what a man ain't finna buy for them, probably broke. She probably ain't got no money. I'm being honest with you. Any woman that's complaining about where you take her to eat on your dime. You was okay with coming out when I said let's go eat. And now you want to complain about why I take you to eat, but were you paying for said food? Were you gonna put some gas in my car? No, probably not. And stop letting these women confuse y'all young men. Like, stop letting social media put y'all in the bind. Because good women, a good woman that like you for you don't give a damn what you say. You could take her to a food truck. Food truck got some fire food though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Food truck do got some fire food. But you could take her to anywhere as long as y'all together. That's all that matters to her. You know? So that's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna end it with that one. I ain't finna answer no more of these questions today. Like, hey, so this been another episode of Let's Find Out. So, hey, let's find out. I'll catch y'all later, man.